Hey guys, in this video I'm talking about the best autism stimming tips you're gonna hear this year. All that coming up. Hey guys, welcome back to the TheAspieWorld. My name is Dan. I have autism, ADHD, OCD and dyslexia, and I make weekly videos on this subject. So if you're new around here, you'd like to learn more and get more videos down here, remember to hit that subscribe button by clicking the notification bell. And also, if you're watching over on Facebook, be sure to give this page a like and a follow to see more videos just like this one. Okay, so I'm gonna go over some tips, some secret kind of tips from me to you guys. I've done all that work for you that you've probably never even seen or anyone's ever spoken about with you before about stimming. I'm super excited about it. You have to watch the end of the video because these tips are awesome. Hey guys, welcome back to the TheAspieWorld again. Super good, awesome to have you here. And well, if you want to get your hands on some merch from the TheAspieWorld and actually support this channel and me, because I love each and every one of you, the link is in the description below or on a carousel underneath this video. That's super dope. But for now, we're going to talk about stimming. So stimming is short for self-stimulatory behaviour, and stimming is something that happens when people are on the autism spectrum where they actually try to regulate themselves through this like stimming behaviour. It's like a repetitive behaviour that chills them out and makes them feel super, super awesome. Oh, and before I forget guys, why not give me a follow over on Instagram and TikTok? The links are in the description below, and you can see my handles on here perfectly. So with stimming, it happens for a few different reasons, right? Stimming happens when someone is kind of maybe excited about something, they're interested in trying to, you know, I don't know, maybe they're waiting to go on a ride or watch a movie or buy something they really enjoy, and they could stim. And stimming could be like flapping their hands, shaking their hands, moving their fingers, anything. There could be a whole host of things. Now, also, there's a negative to it where someone may be nervous or anxious about something like going to school or going like to an airport or something like that, and they may stim to kind of calm themselves down. Same things, flapping their hands, flicking their fingers, you know, all that kind of jazz. Now, stimming is an interesting one because a lot of the time it's involuntary because it just happens randomly, but it can be a voluntary thing that people do to calm themselves down if they're more self-aware. So the more self-aware you are, the more that you know that stimming can help calm you down, which is an excellent thing because then at the end of the day, if you're going around life and you feel anxious or nervous, you can always just stim. But sometimes stimming can just confuse a lot of people because some people who may not know what the autism spectrum is or what stimming is or anything to do with stimming, they may kind of look oddly upon you because you may come across as odd to them, which it isn't the case, we all know that, but I'm just saying to them, perhaps you could come across as odd. So what I've done is I've listed out some kind of like awesome tips for autism stimming because I thought, what a cool video to do. Like nobody's ever done a video on autism stimming tips before because like, oh, why would they? You know, I just thought of it right now. So here we go. This is autism stimming tips. Okay. So, tip number one is the secret stim. You're like, Dan, what on earth does that mean? And basically, if you're out in public and you need to stim, take a fidget toy with you and have it in your pocket. So you could have like a small fidget cube or a fidget blocker or one of those kind of like fidget gadgets in your pocket, and you could just have your hand in your pocket and play with it in your coat or in your trouser pocket or whatever. Because having that out of the way, people aren't going to think it's unusual behavior because you're able to get that stimming motion out, that repetitive kind of soothing, relaxing, self-stimulatory behavior through this thing that's just in your pocket. And you can get all kinds of different stim gadgets and stim toys. I actually have a link down below in the description, and you can get like 15% off by using my link as well, actually, for a Happy Hands, which is a toy company who actually create different stim toys and stuff. So highly recommend checking those out, and obviously at a discount, I mean, you can't beat it really, can you? But secret stimming is awesome because you can have fidget spinners kept outside of public so nobody can judge you, and you can just use them whenever you want. Super awesome hack. Actually, one of the hacks that my partner uses, she has like these little stones, like pebbles from the beach that are really soft, and she keeps those in her pockets and just rubs with those as well. So there are different kinds of stims that you can do with different things, but it's all depending on you and which one you want to use, if you know what I mean. So that was my super secret stim tip, which I've used loads. I use it all the time actually. I have a Clicks, which I don't know where it is. It's not in my drawers anymore. It was in my drawer, but I guess it's in my coat pocket right now. So the actual Clicks is a small kind of like cluster gadget, and then I can keep that in my bag, and I put my hand in my bag and just click that around a bit. Super, super awesome. And I also have like one of those really small kind of almost like a gaming controller gadget thing, and that goes in my pocket. And I do the same thing with that for stimming. Super dope. Okay, so number two, this is the worry stim. Now, A lot of people, like I talk about being self-aware, but this is a way of becoming self-aware. So if you're feeling kind of like worried or anxious or nervous about something, and you're in your home, like say you're at home and there's something coming up, like you have to go somewhere for dinner tonight, or like you have to speak to somebody on the phone, or something with authority, maybe you're doing driving lessons, or it could be a whole host of things, right? It doesn't matter what the thing is. If you're feeling anxious, nervous, or stressed, then why don't you, like, you know, go to your room and then just let out some stimming, you know, it could be flapping your hands, moving your body, any type of stimming that you feel is going to be able to get that out, rocking back and forward, stepping back side to side, which is what I do. It's just a way of you being able to get that like repetitive stim kind of therapy out in a private space where you can do whatever you want, really, because it's locking it away. And it actually helps reduce worry, because it's almost like you're stimming out the worry and the anxiousness from your mind. And it's a really good one to do because, again, there'll be no judgment. There's nobody like watching you and thinking like, hey, what's this guy doing? You know what I mean? You can go to your room, go to your thing that you're doing, and just do it. You know, there's gonna be no judgment, prejudice. Nobody's gonna kind of say to you, hey, you can't do those things, or you look really weird. And you got to think about it as well. Like if you're feeling anxious and you're feeling kind of like a bit overwhelmed, you know, you don't want to do that. You want to try and reduce it. So the worry stim is definitely a way where you can privately do this, and it'll help you so much in the long run, because what you'll do is it'll train yourself to think, oh, well, I'm worried right now, so I'm going to go to my room and just like flap my hands or walk backwards and forwards, and you know, play with fidget gadgets in your room. It doesn't matter what it is, right? As long as you're fidgeting and you're using the stim to kind of stim away the worry, it's really good. It's very, very interesting. I use this when I'm in like queues and stuff. Like I say, I'm queuing up in a line to go to the cinema or something like that. I use this like a back and forward stim to kind of help me, you know, bring my worry and stuff down. So I thought, oh, why don't I just do that at home when I'm super worried about something? And it works an absolute treat. You have to try it. Okay, so tip number 3 is the honesty stim. And like, what, Dan, what are you talking about? Basically, it's being open and honest with your friends and family. Now, the people we spend most of our time around should be the people that know most about us, right? Because if, you know, like dietary requirements, if we hung out with a bunch of people who didn't know our dietary requirements, and then they went and bought us something that was not vegan, or had like eggs in it and you're allergic to eggs, say, then, you know, there could be some consequences there, especially if like you're allergic to the food. But in terms of people's personalities and characteristics, the same thing happens. If you have an autism spectrum condition, your friends and family are the people you spend most of your time with, and those people need to know your stims and your stimming behavior, because if you don't tell them that and you start stimming, they may think like, what is going on here? And they may have an adverse effect. It may be a negative outcome. They may ask you questions that you're not feeling comfortable with at the moment in time. So I highly recommend, you know, be open, be honest, tell people exactly how it is. Tell them why you stim, what you stim, you know, what your stims are, what your favorite stims are. The more honest and open you can be with your friends, the more they'll respect you, and the more they can support you, because at the end of the day, we're all looking for support and help from people to kind of, you know, manage and counsel our ups and downs. And so if your friends can be there when you're feeling anxious, because they say, oh, you know, Dan's rocking backwards and forwards right now, so he must be kind of anxious, there must be something going on. So it's like, you know, he's stimming, and I get that because he told me, you know, and I know it sounds really bizarre, right? But it's definitely something that it's the most it's most effective, because when you like, a problem shared is a problem halved. It's not like stimming is a problem. What I'm trying to say is that you don't have to worry about being around your friends or family when you're stimming, because, well, they totally get it because you told them directly. Leave me a comment down below, guys, if you are on the spectrum, or you're watching this for somebody who is on the spectrum and you're watching on their behalf to tell them the information. I'd love to know if you're a mum and dad, or if you're someone who's on the spectrum. Pop it in a comment down below, and I will open a conversation with you, because I love talking to each and every one of you guys, and I read every single comment and respond to every single one, because I'm just that dang good. Now, if this video and these 3 tips can help you or help somebody else, please consider sharing this on your Facebook page, and or tag them in the comments by just, you know, typing their name in, because I think that if we can reach more people and help more people, that would be super, super awesome. Also, guys, if you love this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more. I will see you next time, guys. Peace.